Strikers, get shotguns out, welcome to some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare kill confirmed gameplay on the map Rift, using the AK-12 feeder, which is quite possibly one of my favorite variants of the AK-12. Oh, the AK-12 Rift, not really for me. This gun I like a lot more because the camo's a lot sexier and I think it's super my playstyle. Yo, but of course I can get AK-12s on Obsidian Siege, but I cannot get the Speakeasy. Kinda pissing me off. But the Speakeasy is not the point of the video as much as I would love it to be. It is not. We're here to talk about when does Call of Duty become pay to win. What factors need to be added to become pay to win, which is one thing we want to avoid. So technically this is a list on things to avoid to not make it pay to win. And then in the end, I'll have a few examples of some things that can come to DLC that hopefully won't be pay to win. So first off, let's break down pay to win. Pay to win is basically when you need to put an obscene amount of money into a game, not really an obscene, more like any money into a game in order to be a top player. Basically, let's take this game for example. Let's say when the Advanced Warfare came out, it only had, well, it didn't only had, it had the same guns we have now, except instead of the BAL, there's the AE4. That's our starting assault rifle, and the BAL you get later on the DLC. And the BAL is still the most OP weapon in the game. So does it still, like, is it still considered pay to win? I think so. Oh, I personally think that when a game's like guns like are OP enough to like destroy any other gun and like win every other gunfight, that makes it become pay to win. And so Call of Duty really does stray away from that, as we've seen from other DLCs. But let's before we get into examples on how not to become pay to win, let's break down the DLCs that we've seen so far. In other words, microtransactions. I'm not considering the DLC maps because those have been around since COD 4. Now, starting in Black Ops 2, we had microtransaction for weapon camos, and those did jack shit. Those did not get you into an MLG. All the weapon camos did was make your gun look pretty. Like this KF5 I have here, which is a very pretty camo, which is ironic how the gold and star camo that you need to buy for is shinier than the actual gold camo you get. Kinda pissing me off, because Black Ops 2 had amazing gold camo, but camos did not affect how I played, and the camos did not affect how other people play. My brother bought a camo and he still sucked dick the next day at Call of Duty. So it didn't change anything he did, and it won't change anything you do. So, not pay to win. Then came the first DLC for Black Ops 2, which did the Peacekeeper. Now this was very risky because this gun could have easily been the most OP in the gun in the game, but the MSMC and the M8A1 still outshined it. So it didn't become OP. The Peacekeeper is actually one of my favorite submachine guns in Call of Duty history because of how it's a hybrid style, how it's decent at longer ranges, but still great for close range combat. I personally really like it. But back to DLC guns. We also had the AE4 in Advanced Warfare, which is nowhere near the level of BAL usage that is in this game. The day I see the AE4 become the most used weapon is the day I quit YouTube. But let's continue on with the Maverick sniper rifle, and the Ripper. All guns that were added in Call of Duty Ghost. That didn't really change how people use their weapons, and by that I mean the M2RX and the Remington and the Honey Badger, still all most used weapons in the game. It didn't affect it at all. So Call of Duty has been doing pretty good with not making the game pay to win. Knowing my freaking luck, I just jinxed it, and we're about to get the most OP weapon in the game in the next DLC. But here's the thing I want to talk about. What about kill streaks? Can we add in DLC kill streaks without them being pay to win? I think yes. Now there's a fine line we need to have here. We need to have the kill streaks so they're not overpowered, like enough, but still powerful that people would want to use them. Because kill streaks, people want kill streaks to be powerful. They want them to be amazing. So the best kill streak in the game, in my opinion, would have to be the assault drone with rockets, or the bombing run. So we need to have a certain kill streak that is weaker than those two, but not as dumb and retarded like the recon drone or or the missile strike, which for God's sake, I cannot use that missile strike for shit. I absolutely suck with it. If you guys know how to use it, tell me in the comment section below. But I have 4 ideas for kill streaks that we can have into DLCs that may not become pay to win. Let's start off with some throwback ones. And the lightning strike from Black Ops 2. They already took the zombies from Black Ops 2 and Black Ops. Let's bring in some kill streaks. And the lightning strike was one of my favorite kill streaks in the game. It absolutely rained havoc, and you're able to cover flag very easy. The one thing I noticed in this game is that it's really hard to cover an objective from a long range. If you're on one side of the map taking the C flag and I'm taking the A flag, there's not really a shot of you being able to stop me from taking that A flag if I'm already on it. Now in Black Ops 2, we had lightning strikes, which were able to cut off people both from their spawns, able to cover flags. It was a very good kill streak, but it wasn't overpowered like the VTOL warship, the dogs, and the swarm, which are all amazing kill streaks. And OP is good for kill streaks. But for these, we're gonna want to keep them a bit weaker. So what attachments can we have on it? Well, let's start off with being able to place 5 of those markers at a time instead of just the average 3. We have it, so you can use them twice. It's almost like, let's say you use your first two bombing. No, you use one bombing. You mean run in one area, not one bombing run. You use one lightning strike in one area, but you want to move your position. So you keep those lightning strikes pocketed in your kill streak bar for a little bit. It should bit, and then when they're taking our flag, call in one more lightning strike, put it in on that like flag that they're capping, and tuck it away for another flag cap. And when I'm saying this, I know it's hard to understand under my stutter, but you guys have seen me over the years that I stutter a lot, so hopefully you guys are used to it by now. But what I mean by that is not really like separate 3 bombing lightning strikes, just one sweep of the lightning strike, just like one bomb dropped, and if it gets killed, if not, we'll try again with the new one. This can add a whole new dynamic, make the capping big flags and covering them in domination, and it could also add in almost a new play style, just like pocketing lightning strikes. Now obviously it's going to need to be a sane score, but I think it could actually work out. Next kill streak on my list is the Orbital VSAT or the Blackbird. Basically have it the same as the UAV's attachments, just take off the enemy direction in the orbital, because that's basically what an orbital VSAT is. It's an orbital UAV with being able to see where they are at all times. I think it could be a really good thing. Then it should cost a bit more than a Paladin, mainly because recon is so important in Call of Duty. But having a recon up is not gonna affect you outgunning me unless you always get shot from the back. Next up aren't really any throwbacks. We're about to go into sort of like my own ideas. Let's start off with an actual nano swarm. Now you may think, okay, this is pretty OP, but let's just say for the nano swarm, it's only for like 10 seconds. It's a bunch of drones that seek out. It's like a 10-second swarm. It's not that very long. And if they don't see anyone in those 10 seconds or in a certain time limit, then they will fly away, similar more to dogs. Now they can't, if you have cold-blooded on or blind eye, then they can't attack you, which I think is a good counter for it to not make this kill streak very OP. And then the attachments, we can have extra time, we can have more swarms, like surveying the area. We can almost like the decontamination drones on Core, except a bit better. And last but not least, a mecha tank. And you guys saw the tanks in the campaign. I want to see those things walking around and killing a bunch of things, similar to the Goliath, but slower and can take a lot more hits. It can have millimeter cannons. It can be able to take out score streaks in one shot, like UAVs. If you add a certain attachment on it, I think it can be a pretty fun kill streak. Because the most fun kill streaks seem to be the ones that you can control, like the aerial assault drone and the Goliath in this game. And I think Sledgehammer can do a great job at it. But anyway, I think that's it. To sum it up, pay to win when isn't really here in Call of Duty, and hopefully it'll never be here. And there's very small procedures just they can take to add score streaks in as DLC and make it so they're not pay to win. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I think it did pretty good in this game. AK-12 feeder, if you guys get it, check it out. And also in the comment section below, tell me what you guys want to see in DLC, whether it be new guns and throwback kill streaks, whatever you want, and I'll see what you guys want. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to y'all later.